G'day, welcome to another episode of Shit Hotels of Australia. Tonight I'm in Moonah, north of the Flannelette Curtain in the northern suburbs of Hobart, Tasmania. And I'm staying one night at the Martin Cash Motel. I chose this hotel for a very important reason, which I'll tell you later. But anyway, let's go in and check out the room. Right, so this is room 6 at the Martin Cash Motel. So what do we have? We have dining area, 2 chairs, kettle, toaster, microwave, largish fridge, smallish TV, luggage storage, queen size bed, single bed, comfyish chair, and cupboard, fan, ironing board and iron. And in here we have a bathroom. I'm not sure what that space is, but anyway, interesting. And in here we have basin, hairdryer, extraction fan, a small little shower, and around the corner we have a toilet and a heater. So staying here for one night. Actually got an upgrade. This wasn't what I booked. I booked a room just with the queen size bed. She's upgraded me to the room with an extra single bed for all my friends. So we have a laundry with a large washer and dryer. And just around here, we have what looks to be a barbecue area. And Tasmania's been going through sort of an Indian summer. I mean, normally an Indian summer is somewhere a bit later on. This is still autumn. And it was 23 degrees in Hobart today. It was a big blocking high off the Tasman Sea. But walked into here and it's quite cool. So fortunately, we have a heater. And in any case, I brought mine with me just in case. And now for the Shit Hotels of Australia instant coffee test. And here at the Martin Cash we have Moonah Smooth with an expiry of 13 May, just kidding you, 13 May 2027. So I said, this stuff never goes off. So pretty much just next door and across the road we've got a pretty good choice of meal options. Here we've got Chish and Phipps and Praties. Across the road here we have an Indian Aroma Spices and a Medici pizza place. And just over here we have KFC. So I think I'll try the pizza. So this is Main Road Moonah, and at the moment the time is about 4:30 p.m. It's already starting to get dark. It's really weird because it's still really quite warm and it's getting dark. It's like, this is not Tasmania. Yeah, I'm not expecting it to be a quiet night. I have brought the earplugs just in case, but we'll see how we go. And just a little bit further up the road we have the Derwent Park pizza, which answers a question because the Martin Cash Motel says it's in Moonah, but my GPS couldn't find 238 Main Road Moonah, said it didn't exist. That's because we're in Derwent Park, which is sort of like the no man's land between the two northern suburb centres of Moonah and Glenorchy. And another food option is the Carlisle Hotel, which is just across this street, which is also accommodation run by Nightcap, who ran the Riverside Hotel, which is in a previous episode on the channel. But no, I've checked it out. I think I will have a pizza. I checked out the Indian place. It's not actually a restaurant. It's an amazing grocery store. And I will go and spend up big there tomorrow so I can put things straight into the car fridge. Just amazing. And now let's check out the Wi-Fi. It took quite a while before I could actually connect to the Wi-Fi, but let's try the old Netflix test. Okay, so let's continue watching The Night Agent. This is not looking good. And we're only 2 rooms down from reception. Let's just try and look at a web page. Pulse Tasmania. Looks like the web page won't even reload. The site can't be reached. Well, that's not auguring well for the Wi-Fi, is it? So here's our second attempt at the speed test. What do we got? Download 0.56, upload 0.26. Now my internet at home is so slow at the moment with Telstra wireless internet that I've actually bitten the bullet and gone with Starlink, but I can't believe that wireless internet in far south Tasmania is still significantly faster than here in Moonah / Derwent Park. Now the interesting thing is it's about 5:15 in the evening. There are 3 cars in the car park, including mine, so the motel is not exactly overwhelmed with people using the internet at the moment. And yet, that is the speed we have. That is pretty bloody average. So now we'll check out the TV. Let's see what channels we have. We have 9 Hobart, ABC HD, ABC. So we have all the free-to-airs. At least I can watch ABC News if the internet doesn't work. I'm not sure if I've got anything downloaded on the tablet to watch. We'll see. But it's not a smart TV, just a dumb TV, and they don't claim that it's smart. Well, I mentioned that the Indian restaurant was in fact an Indian shop for a food shop that I'll go back to tomorrow. But one thing interesting about Medici Pizza is it was also run by people from the subcontinent. And if you can see this, this was the only size pizza you could get, and it's the heaviest pizza I've ever had in my life. That's the sound of it hitting the deck. But I'm going to tuck in and yeah, see what it's like. It's some weapon, and I'll probably be able to eat about 3 pieces. Pretty bloody good. Buon appetito. So I mentioned in the opening that I was choosing to stay here at the Martin Cash Motel for quite an interesting reason. And the reason being, and this is for you people from Tasmania, and I'm hoping most of you watching are not from Tasmania, but from other parts of Australia and the world, is that Martin Cash was one of Tasmania's most famous colonial bushrangers, which is the term we use for a brigand, escaped convict, escaped from Port Arthur and took to the bush and went about his merry ways. Eventually he was captured and sent off to Norfolk Island, where after spending a period of time there in that secondary prison settlement, he eventually was given a ticket of leave and became a constable. That's probably what you say to people, former convicts who become constables. They're right, constable. But anyway, unlike many colonial figures, Martin Cash wrote an autobiography. Well, more to the point, he dictated his autobiography, where you can see the events from his actual perspective. And there's a very interesting thing in this book, which I'll put my glasses on to read to you. On page 2029, he talks about more crimes on the island, and this is Norfolk Island. And he says after there was an attempt to steal one of the launches bringing in supplies back from one of the ships offshore. He writes, "One of the men who was charged with attempting to take the launch was a rather extraordinary character. His name, if I recollect right, was James Harrison, but better known on the island as Jimmy Harrison." Jimmy Harrison, convict number 6071, was my great-great-great-grandfather. I'll continue. He was a man above the middle size and appeared to be about 18 years of age, and on the occasion in question evinced both courage and determination. His party, on being attacked by the police, immediately gave themselves up, but Harrison, before being overpowered by numbers, left one constable to be carried off the field and nearly disabled another, and had 2 or 3 or more of his companions evinced the same determined spirit, they would undoubtedly have succeeded in effecting their escape from the island. But as they showed the white feather, he was left to fight the battle by himself, in consequence of which they were all captured. As the reader may be interested in the fate of poor Harrison, it will only be necessary to say that he was sentenced to 3 years in heavy irons in the jail, every 3rd month of which he was to be in solitary confinement. I was sorry for him, as he appeared to be both manly, generous and well conducted in every other respect, and I'm now happy to say that he afterwards conducted himself remarkably well, and at the expiration of his sentence he was forwarded to Hobart town, where he still resides with a wife and family, although in humble circumstances he is yet much respected by all who know him. And in all of this book, there probably isn't one other person that Martin Cash speaks so fondly of. And that is why I'm staying tonight at the Martin Cash Motel. So now let's check out some upkeep issues. First up, and most obvious when I walked in, was the 2 dings out of the table. Some dings in the door, but at least these guys have actually filled the holes, which is a nice little touch. What else? Things looking pretty good here in the main room. A couple of little dings lower down in the cupboard. The heater could do with a bit of a dust. Inside the bathroom, a few little chipped tiles. The dreaded bugs in the light, but not as creepy as the beetles in Canberra. Don't have a plug. Always look up. Got a bit of split there in the ceiling paint and the wall paint. Shower reasonably clean. And the toilet again. So nothing major at all.
The following day.
And now it's time for the pirate score.
Drink up me hearty Joe.
So, what is the pirate score for the Martin Cash Motel? First up, cleanliness and upkeep. It was pretty good, wasn't it? Apart from this chipped paint in the bathroom, but showing its age, so middle of the road, 3 stars. Facilities. Well, it was basic. It had the microwave, it had the fridge, had the toaster, had the kettle, and it had a heater, which was great. It also had a heater in the bathroom. The power point was turned off, and I couldn't reach the power point. Now, I am 183 centimetres tall, and for those American viewers, that is 183 centimetres tall. And even standing on tiptoes, I couldn't reach that power point. I could have got a chair to stand on, but I thought maybe that's not very safe with a reasonably slippery floor. So for facilities, again, middle of the road, 3 stars. Add-ons. Well, it had a laundry and had a little barbecue area, although didn't look like it was used very often. So again, middle of the road, 3 stars. Entertainment and Wi-Fi. Well, I would have to say that is the worst Wi-Fi I have ever encountered in a shit hotel in Australia. Even worse than the one in Darwin, where you actually had to walk 10 metres to pick up the signal, because at least it had a really good signal there, but I was only 10 metres or less from reception and I couldn't even watch YouTube. Yeah, so it basically had nothing. The slowest speed ever. And a small, dumb TV. And it was Thursday night. So entertainment and Wi-Fi, 1 star. Bed and bath. Well, the bed was okay. The pillow was a little bit big, a bit high for my liking. The bathroom had everything, but it was really weirdly set out, wasn't it? It was actually quite big, but also very cramped. And the shower was tiny. So bed and bath, 2 stars. Service. Well, service at check-in was, yeah, all I can say is the woman was quite abrupt, insisted on me taking out my driver's license so she could read it properly, and then, yeah, but she did give me the upgrade, and it looks like that those rooms are serviced every day, which is interesting. So I'll give them again 3 stars. The earplugs bonus. Well, you knew that wasn't going to happen, didn't you? It was on a main road. Yeah, so though there had been reviews talking about the noise from other rooms, but I didn't hear any noise whatsoever from another room, just the constant traffic noise. So earplugs in, no bonus. And the value for money bonus. Well, I booked a standard queen room on the first floor, and I got upgraded to the queen room with the extra single bed, which I didn't need, on the ground floor, which I must admit was much more convenient. And the price I paid was $115, which for Hobart, which sets itself up as a tourist city or just likes ripping off people in hotels, that was pretty bloody cheap. So yeah, I will give it the value for money bonus. So that's a total for the Martin Cash Motel of 17 out of 30. A pass mark. So at least Martin won't be turning in his grave. So if you've enjoyed this one, please click like, please subscribe, and we'll see you again, hopefully not in a shit hotel of Australia. Thanks for watching. And believe it or not, just 38 paces away from Martin Cash's grave is the grave of my great-great-great-grandfather, James Jimmy Harrison, and his wife, Catherine.